we gotta look at Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Released in the year 2000, this groundbreaking film stars Chow Yun-fat and Michelle Yeoh, who does her own stunts in films. And what is this magical, mythical, kung fu fantasy adventure film about? Well, it's about mastery, and they have these skills where they can defy gravity, and comes off a little bit like The Matrix, but it's so unique of what they did and how they do it. It's like a western at times, like they got the saloon fights, and look at it. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Wolfie,
Well,
we're doing Three Ninjas.
but Crouching Tiger.
No. Next time. Come on. Go.
Maybe next time we'll look at this. 'Cause someone wants to do another film.
Come on, Wolfie. Okay, so I didn't want that to drag on. Quite ominous, this episode. Okay, so Three Ninjas is the franchise that I'm going to review. And hey, who knows? Maybe in an episode later in the year, yeah, we'll review Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. But for now, probably one of the most overlooked, unsung franchises in history of film. And there's many reasons for that. Okay, so this is 3 of the films. Now, the original Three Ninjas came out in 1992, and it was the most successful of the whole franchise, but like all of them, it got negative response. Okay, so what is this franchise about? You got 3 brothers who were trained in Ninjitsu by their grandpa, who's played by the late great Victor Wong. So every summer, the boys go to their grandpa's cabin in the woods, and they train in Ninjitsu. And there's always someone who wants to take over a city or has a ransom for lots of money. And their dad in the first film is a FBI agent. So every time he tries to get the villain, he escapes. So it's up to the boys to use their ninja skills to help save the day. And they do. Yeah, as you can see, I don't have the first one. Now, the second film, Kick Back, is definitely the best entry. I mean, take a look at this, right? Here's Kick Back on its own disc, and yeah, the other 2 are on the same disc. Now, why is that? Okay, to save costs and everything, but Kick Back stands out as the best one because not only did it get a video game adaptation, it's quite rare, so it'll be hard to come by, but it flows better. It's directed with more confidence, and it just works. So, in Kick Back, Grandpa Shintaro, yet in the other films, his last name is Tanaka, first name Mori, again played by Victor Wong, he's in every film. He wants to take the boys to Japan to continue their training with the Grand Master, who trained Mori, and he won this tournament, got this special dagger, which, along with a samurai sword, opens up this underground cave of gold, which is of legend. And so the grandpa's rival tries to steal the dagger, he gets accidentally scarred, and then 50 years later, this guy Koga, he tracks down the sword, steals it, and sends his nephew and his 2 friends to steal the dagger. And for some odd reason, the boy's father is a baseball coach in this film. So instead of wanting to continue ninja training, they want to play baseball because they had a match, and then a big brawl came about because the opposing team with the bullies, they were taunting and the boys didn't focus. You got Rocky, who's the oldest boy, he's focusing on his crush, and then Colt, who's the middle boy, who in 3 films is played by the same actor, Max Elliott Slade. Yet, in the last one, High Noon at Mega Mountain, it's a completely different cast of boys. And that happens throughout the series. So, they stay home, their grandpa goes to Japan, the 3 hoodlums, basically like 3 stooges, they cause him to have an accident, so they're in Japan, and how they introduced, it's quite funny. So, they're trying to be musicians, so they're in a club, the drummer who just cannot drum counts them in, then they're playing this random song, then they're told to find the dagger and they'll get paid. So they track the grandpa and boys down, they get beat up. So it's a bit of slapstick, sort of like Home Alone, and that was the whole premise of the original film. Home Alone meets Ninja Turtles, but didn't really catch on. But hey, 4 films, about 3 ninjas. And yeah, so that's basically what happens. So there's a whole lot of mix-up, 3 bad guys trying to get the dagger, but the 3 ninjas go to Japan to help and save their grandpa. The parents find out, so Tum Tum, the youngest, who loves food, hence his name, has to call his parents at 2 p.m. Tokyo time, say how it's going. Meanwhile, the boys are keeping everything hush-hush. They have to go to a ninja tournament so they can give the dagger to the grandmaster, who gives it to the winner. So, great scene. You got all these ninjas, they're fighting, they're doing all the bull stuff, tricks and everything. Then we see a bit of the tournament. The winner is a girl who befriends the boys, and they find out she plays baseball. So, they help her play baseball, and she helps them get better at ninja, which is a bit harsh on the grandpa because he wanted to, but hey, just goes to show some guys will do anything if there's a girl involved. So, and they get kidnapped by the bad guy, gets the dagger, they go to the cave of gold, the grandpa says no, there's no cave of gold, bad guy has a tantrum, then they see it, and in a dark twist, after they fight, bad guy pulls a gun on the grandpa. So, poor Grandpa Mori is begging for his life. The bad guy's like, oh, great warrior, begging for mercy. Okay, the ninja way is no mercy. And sometimes they didn't kill who they were told to. That's why the sleeper hold was invented, to make him go to sleep. But yeah, they're feeling totally dishonest on ancient samurai grounds, because you got a table with all these samurai warriors. Yeah, he's got a gun. And here comes the boys, save the day. And a few other things in this movie, like you got Killer Khan, who's a former wrestler, playing the Juggernaut. He's like the last test of strength before the main villain. Okay, wrestlers in films, they don't belong, because they can't act. Sure, they act for wrestling, but in films, it takes a different type of acting. But Killer Khan is one of the exceptions. Same with Oddjob, who was played by a wrestler, and, well, surprisingly, John Cena did alright in 12 rounds. Not a bad thrill, but yeah, Killer Khan, he has this part. He laughs at everything, he's always standing there grunting, and he has to take care of the 3 hoodlums who keep messing everything up. But after all this time, the bad guy turns good, the boys retrieve the dagger, they give it to Mio, and then they head back home to play the rescheduled match of baseball. They win thanks to a great catch by Mio, and Colt, the middle kid, he finally focuses, hits a big home run, they win the game, and then the stupid bullies want to go beat him up, and yeah, the main bully, Darren, gets his ace handed to him by Mio. And throughout the first baseball game, you get introduced not only to the Mustangs, the opposing team, but they have one member, Gerald Thomas, who keeps eating beans and farting. So, being the 90s, fart jokes hadn't died out yet, so there's a scene he lets one rip, and when he's doing his victory run, he's just slowly jogging, farting, and everyone faints, so it's a bit funny for the little kids. And then the next time he goes up to bat, Tum Tum sprays air freshener. So it's a bit funny, and when the villains are at the cabin, there's one standout scene where the main guy, he sings this song about where's his fish. It just comes out of nowhere, it's random, and it is funny. I know I'm going on, but that's just how chaotic this franchise is. There's so much happening. And then, well, Knuckle Up, it's the third, but it's technically the second film because it was filmed back to back with the first one, but not released until 1995. So the boys are older in Kickback, and then in Knuckle Up, they're young again. So it was the same cast as the original, and they have to save this ancient land from this evil corporate guy who wants to turn this Native American land into landfill. So he's torturing one of the main founders and family members, saying, oh, we're going to hold your daughter for ransom if you don't do this. So the boys again come in and save the day. And yeah, it's just odd seeing a third film with a young cast after seeing the second film when they were older. And then, like, I just don't know that much about Knuckle Up. Like, it's okay, it's got some action, but Charles Napier's in it, so a big star there, and it's not as good. Like, there's too many sound effects and too much forced comedy, whereas Kickback was more natural. And then you got High Noon at Mega Mountain that has Hulk Hogan playing this Dave Dragon guy. The film's just like a TV movie. But the opening credits are awesome. It's like they put all their effort in these awesome opening credits. Then it just falls flat. It's more like a rejected Power Rangers episode, because the Dave Dragon show has these 5 ninja teammates, and they're the same colours as the Power Rangers, and Dave Dragon looks like a Mortal Kombat character. Of course, Hulk Hogan could play Duke Nukem in a movie back in his day, but no. So, yeah, High Noon Mega Mountain, big flop, didn't even make $1 million, grossed only like 300,000, so it's bargain bin fodder. And the villain is just so bad, poorly acted. It's like a soap opera meets a Saturday morning live-action cartoon. Once again, the boys are played by different actors. Victor Wong's in it again, as said and mentioned. And the father's back as being an FBI agent. So, like how I've reviewed these films, that's a reflection of this franchise. It's like, what? It's a real head scratch. Recastings, character changes, go from FBI agent to football coach, back to FBI agent. So that's why Kickback stands out. It got a video game adaptation, it's directed more fluently, and it has a stronger story. A little bit of Indiana Jones and Goonies near the end when they go to the Cave of Gold. So that's basically it. Three Ninjas Kickback is the definitive movie. The rest, well, I can't really say much more other than I'll scare you later.